Well, welcome everybody to the grand final week of Super Rugby 2018, and congratulations to the Crusaders of New Zealand and the Lions of South Africa for making it to the final of the 2018 competition. That's a great feat, Scott.
Yeah, definitely. Last week we had a bit of an up and down week with our semi-final rugby, with the Waratahs taking on the Lions and the Hurricanes taking on the Crusaders. It was a bit of a mixed bag, but it was what was expected, and two really good games. We're down to this week now for the final. Again, like Steve said, the Lions and the Crusaders at Amy Stadium, 7:30 Saturday night. Well, we're in for a bit of a cracker.
And can I say just congratulations to the Lions for making 3 finals in a row. Some people may try to cheapen that by saying, "Oh, yeah, you know, with all the with the competition the way it is," but still, they were good enough to make it to the final. So I think, congratulations to the Lions.
Yeah, good on the Lions. The Lions, they haven't been the most consistent team this year, but well, they're in the finals. Like Steve said, 3 years in a row, they've got to the finals. Yeah, before we talk about the team, Steve, it's the Crusaders. It's been 10 years since the Crusaders have had a home final.
Isn't that amazing?
Wow. And they've been in so many finals since then. 10 years. This is the first time in 10 years. We're really looking for a big one.
We are, and I think it's going to be a great game, and I reckon I'm going to show you a way I think the Lions can win this game. Sorry for the Crusaders fans. I don't know if they're going to do it, but I've got a bit of a recipe. Yeah. My South African mates might love me for it, but anyway, we'll see how we go. You want to kick off with the starting 15s, and we'll talk about the subs as we go through.
Definitely,
Scotty.
I thought I'd show a bit of my New Zealand loyalty this week. Have my Canterbury hat and my Canterbury jersey. Last time I wore these two items was at the 2011 Super Rugby Final here in Brisbane, when the Crusaders took on the Reds, and the Reds were successful that year. That was a World Cup year.
It was,
and
actually.
The Reds won that. So Quade Cooper, he was, and he went on to play in that World Cup that same year. So hopefully better luck this year for the Crusaders. Okay, we'll start with let's start with the Lions team. Like I said, I've watched them this year. Starting in their front row, they've got a really good front row. Number 1 is Jacques Van Rooyen. Number 2, the hooker, Malcolm Marx. Wow. To me, he is one of the best hookers running around in world rugby right now. He's like a solid rock. When he's over that ball, he tackles. You're not moving him off the ball. And so far this year, he has the most steals in world rugby. In particular here in the Super Rugby also. And number 3, the other prop is Ruan Dreyer. He's another very tough competitor.
He is. I would say, if there was South Africa, there's a number of South Africans who I think could make the All Black teams, and I think Malcolm Marx would be the number 2.
Definitely.
I think he's. I think the Irish prop is hooker's pretty good too, but Malcolm Marx he's phenomenal.
He is.
Absolutely great player.
Built like an ox.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. Number 4, Marvin Ory. Standing at 2 meters tall. Very good in the lineouts. He's a very rugged and a rough player. Partnering him is Franco Morstert, another tough lock. A lock who has been very consistent this year. On the side of the scrum at number 6, we've got Quagga Smith. Oh wow, how good is he? I first had seen him playing 7s for the South Africa Blitz box. Quagga Smith, he's one of those tough competitors. He's just he's gonna make a statement on the game. He's all over the field. His loose game is very strong. His tight game. He's a complete player and deserves to be in the South African Springboks also.
Yeah, typical South African forward. Just a hard nut. You know, he doesn't take a step backwards. He's fit. He's got a big engine in him.
He does.
Quagga, and he's one of those players too. He got sent off last year, didn't he? Was he the one that got sent off last year?
He did.
So hopefully that doesn't happen again to him. But I hope he does well in this final. He's a very good player, Quagga Smith.
Definitely. Our open side flanker for the Lions is Kyle Brink, another really wily competitor who's gonna be giving Matt Todd a bit of a run for his money around the field, but we'll see how he goes. Another thing, Steve, talking about the Lions, as we know that they've had to travel from South Africa. They left South Africa on Tuesday. They didn't get to Christchurch till Thursday. Not a lot of preparation time, but they're only having one run before they play the actual game on Saturday night. So
it's always hard, isn't it? I mean, say they're not. They've done it before, so when they played the Hurricanes in the final, they had to do the same, and they're doing it again. So maybe they can take some learnings from that Hurricanes match. Yeah, they lost the match, but maybe in the way they prepare and maybe their mindset to the game, I think you might see a better prepared Lions team who take the footy field.
Definitely. So hopefully the coaching staff have played this right and it works out for the Lions. Number 8 is their captain, Warren Whiteley.
Now he's a great player.
Wow. Yeah.
He's a great player.
Definitely.
I like Warren. He at one stage he was captain of the Springboks.
Yes.
Done a really good job. I don't know why he's not the captain anymore, but he's a very, very good player, Warren Whiteley. I do like that forward pack. That is a very tough forward pack. And I like I said last week, and I'll say it again this week, if you've got any chance of beating the Crusaders, you've got to dominate them in the forward pack. And I'm a Hurricanes supporter through and through. I actually think that 8 is better than the Hurricanes 8.
Wow.
Big call.
The halfback, Ross Cronje. Oh wow, yeah, another wily little.
Yeah.
He's gonna trouble Bryn Hall. Bryn Hall very calm and composed, but he's gonna trouble Bryn Hall a little bit around the rucks there and around the maul. He's gonna be talking it up. He's gonna get in the riff there. So yeah, let's look for a big one from Ross.
Number 10, Elton Jantjies. Wow. He gets a lot of flack in South Africa. They say he's not good enough to be a Springbok. He's only good to be a Super Rugby player. Elton's a great player.
He is.
Yeah.
When he's kicking, he is like place kicking. His conversions. He is one of the best in world rugby. When he's on, be careful, and he can kick it from anywhere on the field. Yeah, good player.
We've got the back 3 of Courtnall Skosson. We've got Andre Coetzee, and also the number 14, Ruan Combrink. They've had a good season, that back 3.
Yeah, definitely. Unlucky. Last week we saw the flying winger Dianti getting that try in that game against the electric speed. Unfortunately, on Saturday night he's going to be coming off the bench. But that back 3 of the Lions, yeah, very quick. When the momentum's going for that team, for the Lions team, be careful. Be careful. Well, we might right now they've been written off. I think at the TAB they're paying $1. Or was it $8.80? And the
Crusaders were like $1.50 or something.
That's
like
right.
That. It was just ridiculous, And I say this: never underestimate a South African.
Yeah, exactly.
That's when they're down and out, and they're being written off. That's when they're dangerous. But let's be fair; it's going to be tough for them. And even the Bockies and South African supporters know that. But I would not underestimate this team, and I know the Crusaders coaching staff aren't underestimating this team.
Not at all. They're 12 and 13. Harold Vorster and number 13, Lionel Mapi. Two very solid, both defensively good players. Ball in hand. Sometimes the hands have let them down, that centre combination. Their hands have let them down. But if they can get going, let's see what they can produce.
So we've got in the reserves, they've got a very strong bench, which have got them right through this whole tournament. They've got Corne Ferree, Dylan Smith, Johans Jonker.
Johans Jonker, yeah, another great player. Lawrence Erasmus, last week he started. This week he's been put to the bench. maybe that's a tactical move by the coach. And I see the coach this week. He's come out and he's given it to the referee Gardner, and he's saying that the Crusaders often get their way. It's a tough call because the Crusaders, if they're putting points on the board and they're stopping the other team from scoring tries, that's what it's about in rugby and winning rugby games.
We've got Dylan Smith, Afi Dianti.
That's the winger. He's the winger. He's the flying winger. That player has got some legs on him. So let's hope he gets on.
And again, if the Lions can stay with the Crusaders to the 60th, 70th minute mark, you're going to bring on guys like Dianti, who are going to be very, going to be fresh legs, going to be tough to contain.
Yes.
So watch out if they're close. They've got to be close though. They've got to be close.
Definitely.
And then we've got Howard Mincy at the back there.
Yeah, no. So Lions. Let's see what they bring. They can really give it to the Crusaders. Like I said, they haven't been all that consistent this year, but it's the finals. It's a one-off game. There's no do or die. There's no next week. This is it. The writing's on the wall. The Lions are here to play. All the best to the Lions.
Look, it's a two-horse race at the end of the day, and both of these teams are professional football teams.
Yes.
So, if they can stay close. Now, I was talking about how I think the Lions can win this match. I think they can't play. They need to do something outside the box. If they go to Christchurch trying to play a clinical game or a normal game against the Crusaders, they will lose the match. They got to do something different, Scotty.
Pull out some of that X factor. There's some players in that Lions team who have X factor. They can pull it out at the right time. Let's hope they pull it out, and so it's an entertaining spectacle for us as the fans and World Rugby.
Malcolm Marks, Quagga Smith, Warren Whiteley, Elton Janty,
yes,
even Andres Cusia at the back there. They are their X Factors players.
Definitely.
They need to get the ball into their hands as much as possible. But I say it again, like I say, look, it's boring, but if they got any chance of winning this match, they got to dominate up in the forwards.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, Steve. This is exciting. This is you just want to talk about teams like this every day in World Rugby.
Oh, they're a great team. Probably the best club team
in World Rugby. Yeah, definitely. How about this? 12 starting All Blacks in the first 15 coming on the field. Okay, let's run through the teams.
12
starting.
Whew. Unbelievable. Okay, front row. Let's talk about Joe Moody, Cody Taylor, and Owen Franks.
That's that three there. Malcolm Marks is going to be tough against them, but Cody Taylor, Joe Moody, and Owen Franks, world class. Have been so consistent. They've had a few injury problems, but injuries aren't going to come into play on Saturday night.
No, absolutely not. The Crusaders' second row is Scott Barrett and Sam Whitelock.
Wow, two of the best locks in World Rugby. I'll put my man Brodie Retallick in there as one of the other two.
Oh, Brodie, absolutely.
Locked in World Rugby, but Scott Barrett, like last week, same thing, used in the lineup, used in tight play, used in open play, and having Sam Whitelock next to him, awesome, great momentum.
Okay, so unfortunately the number 6, who was, what's his name?
Jordan Tofua.
Is out. He had suffered an injury in the football match against the Hurricane, and I feel for him. He got injured prior to the All Black test and never made it onto the field.
Yeah.
He's missed this. All the best to Jordan. Hopefully he gets well very, very soon. He's going to be a great loss. But, where a great loss happens is where opportunity happens. And you've got Hayden Bidwell Curtis, who is a devastating player himself.
Not bad to have Hayden Bidwell Curtis. Hayden Bidwell Curtis, another one of these players who is just plugging his way away, getting when injuries occur in the team, he's been able to step up. He hasn't played too many 80-minute games for the Crusaders, but Hayden Bidwell Curtis and Matt Todd and Kieran Reid are the loose trio there for the Crusaders. And they've got a Wallaby coming off the bench and Pete Samu. So
yes, we do too.
Yeah, all the best to Jordan. Recovery.
Absolutely. Burn Hall at number 9, Scotty.
Yeah, Bryn Hall. Oh, wow. He's been around. He's been around in a few clubs. Bryn Hall, originally an Auckland boy. He's a cheeky little halfback. He's one of those ones who just gets in the ref's ear. He gets in his own players' ears. He tells them to get in line or get to the ruck, get to the breakdown. Looking for a big one from Bryn Hall. Not an All Black, but he has All Black qualities.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for Burn, isn't it? I mean, so he's behind the likes of Aaron Smith, TJ Perinara, even Te Toirangi now.
That's right.
And a few other players in New Zealand rugby. So he's behind the best pack in the country.
Yes.
Yet he's down the pecking order in terms of New Zealand honours.
Definitely.
Richie Mo'unga, what did you think of him?
Wow, Richie Mo'unga. I saw a photo today of Richie Mo'unga. Like I say, the last time was 10 years ago that the Crusaders had a played final in Christchurch. The Crusaders were walking off the field in that game. Richie Mo'unga gets a photo with Dan Carter, and today,
little boy.
10 years later, Richie Mo'unga is the starting number 10 for the Crusaders. We could speak all day about Richie Mo'unga. Last week he had a blinder.
Outplayed Bowden.
Outplayed Bowden, the current number 1, first 5'8", and I think we're going to see a lot more from Richie on Saturday night. He has a lot to offer when he's got time and he's got space. Yeah, like Bowden Barrett, one of the best number 10s in world rugby.
I want to see Richie, Scotty, when the game's on the line and the pressure's on him.
Yes.
He plays behind such a fantastic pack, but he really, and Steve Hansen has alluded to this about there's a whole lot of, get rid of Bowden and let's put Richie into the starting 15. I like what Steve Hansen, he says, hey, just hold your horses there. Yes. Bowden's a proven player in pressure times.
Yes.
I want to see Richie do that before we talk about him replacing Bowden Barrett.
Most definitely. Yeah, let's look for a big one from Richie Mo'unga Saturday night. Outside Richie, Will. Oh wow, we got Jack Goodhue and Ryan Crotty. Ryan Crotty's playing at 12, Jack Goodhue at 13. Ryan Crotty, the name says it all. Last week he got a little bit of an injury, got a bit of a head knock. He hasn't been the best with his injuries. So let's hope. I'm sure Razor Robertson is gonna play this pretty smart and not risk using Ryan Crotty too much.
Yeah, we got to protect Ryan Crotty. We've got the Super Rugby coming up, and he's a very important part of that midfield. He stabilises it a lot. Jack Goodhue played a great game against the Hurricanes.
Had a great season. Great season.
The disappointing thing for me about last week is the way the Crusaders just mauled us.
Yes.
The Hurricanes I'm talking about here. They were relentless.
Oh, yeah.
And we didn't have an answer to it.
And that was for 80 minutes. They didn't come on and play 65, 70 minutes. They played an 80-minute game last week. Definitely. Playing 11 for the here we go. George Bridge, like I said last week, who's this boy from the boy band? George Bridge was very good. He played a really good game last week. He was very clever, very consistent. He knew he was in the right place at the right time. His hands never let him down. Yeah, I think we are going to see something special. If anything, Georgie Bridge will get a call up to the All Black squad at the end of the air tour.
And this will be the last game for Seta Tumanivalu, who takes off overseas straight after this game. He deserves another super title, does he not?
He does. Seta Tumanivalu played at the Chiefs when we won a title there. To me, he's been one of the form wingers of the Super Rugby competition there. He's so consistent.
Yeah, I said it last week. We're going to miss him in New Zealand rugby, and good luck to Seta.
Definitely. 15, David Havili. Again, David Havili last week. He knows where to be in the right time, the right place. Not being biased or anything, but David Havili, deserves to be at the back of that Crusader pack.
So let's look at the forwards here, Scotty. We've got Sam Anderson.
Heather, the
Heather?
hooker. He's going to be the replacement hooker when Cody Taylor's played his 65 minutes. Sam Anderson, Heather will come on as replacement hooker.
Andrew Makalea, we spoke about him last week, having
Definitely.
a great season. Tim Perry,
another one who's got an All Black call-up this year. Never got to play in any games, but he's an All Black. Yeah, not bad to have coming off the bench as a prop. Michael Alatoa, like we said last week, also had been very consistent in Crusader Rugby last year and this year, and we'll see him come on later on in the game.
Look, and you bring somebody on like a Luke Romano and a Pete Samu.
Wow, 2 internationals. Coming on, Luke Romano there. How good is Luke Romano? Yeah, he's been a bit of a soldier in New Zealand rugby, for Crusader Rugby, for Canterbury Rugby. Looking for it. Good one.
And it even gets tougher for the Lions when in around about the 65th minute they'll bring on Mitchell Drummond and Mitchell Hunt.
Oh, wow. Very experienced. Both these boys have been there last year. They were part of that campaign that they won last year. Mitch Hunt and Mitch Drummond. Mitch Drummond there in the halfback role. Very voicey. He's very confident. So is Mitch Hunt. If it's 5 minutes to go and you're thinking, should we take the penalty? Yeah, give the ball to Mitch Hunt. He'll kick that for you.
And then last but definitely not least is Braden Enor, who scored a very nice try off the boot of Richie Mwanga last week.
Definitely.
So that's the team, Scotty.
Yeah, great. Predictions?
Well, congratulations again to the Crusaders and the Lions for making this far.
Yeah, definitely.
And to the coaching staff, and also to Angus Gardner, who I really like as a coach. The Aussie.
As a ref, yeah, definitely. Angus Gardner. Let's hope he lets the game flow, that he lets the boys know in the changing shed before they get on the field that we want a flowing rugby. We want it to be entertaining. We want the best team to win. Great ref to take this game.
My prediction, Scotty, is that Crusaders will win this football match. I don't think it's going to be as far a margin that they're saying. I think it'll be close. I think the Lions will be in the football match right up until probably the 65th to 70th minute, and then the Crusaders will take over from there and probably put a few points on them, which won't actually show the true what happened in the game, which the Crusaders tend to do to clubs, right? They pound points on them at the end of the game, and it looks like they got a thrashing, where in essence the game wasn't like that.
Yeah, no, definitely.
That's my prediction. Good luck to the South Africans, though. I hope they do really, really well.
Definitely. My predictions, Crusaders, I'd say by 21. Depending on the field also. I haven't looked at the weather. Let's hope that it's going to be a dry ground. Crusaders by 21. Right now, it looks that way. I don't know though. Let's wait till Saturday night and it's all guns blazing.
Thanks for joining us tonight.
Cheers. Thanks, guys.